what is the best case scenario for Republicans in the 2024 senatorial map? Now, obviously, we're a couple years away, but again, just like other videos, I wanted to get a baseline for what is the best case scenario for Republicans going into the 2024 midterms, all right? Not midterms, general election. And it is a fascinating map to look at because surprisingly, Republicans, they got a lot of options for a couple pickups. You look at battleground map, it's like in a presidential election, a lot of these states, they're going to be a lot more Republican than a midterm because a lot of these voters, they would only vote for somebody like Donald Trump on the top of the ticket or maybe somebody like DeSantis. And they would be able to get the vote out in these states. So this is the best case scenario. We get the best possible candidates across the board. Now, before we continue, I hope you enjoy these type of videos. If you do, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the Twitter account in the description down below, and you guys know what to do. Click that join button down below. If you join today, you can help support the daily content that's been going on for about a year now. So if you love the daily content, I recommend you join today. All right, folks, let's get into this best case scenario for Republicans. Again, we're using the new methodology. We're not predicting margins. We're predicting probability of victory for each candidate. So obviously, battleground is between 55 to 45%, roughly in that range. Like, it is so close you could flip a coin. It's probably more accurate than I can seriously predict. So again, we're not predicting margins anymore. 2020 showed us, or I should say 2022 also, they've showed us, it is extremely difficult to predict margins at this point when you get some random results in a lot of these states. So I think probability is a best way to do it. Again, safe is over 90%, likely 75 to 90%, lean 55, 75%. It'll be on the screen so you understand what's happening. So let's start with basically a guarantee they're going to vote the way they're going to vote no matter what you do in a lot of these states. So let's do that. I don't think New Jersey. We'll get to New Jersey in a bit. A lot of these states are quite easy to tell how they're going to vote. I would also put Minnesota in this category. There is basically zero chance for Republicans to win that Senate seat. There are a couple candidates that could make it closer, but how many chances out of 100 do you think that Republicans win Minnesota? I don't see many. Even in the best case scenario, they may win like 5% of them. It's very unlikely we beat the club in 2024. Now, for the safe Republican seats, these are quite obvious, I would say. Best case scenario, Ted Cruz or whoever the Republican is in Texas would win. I mean, again, this is a problem that Democrats are going to have in Texas. Republicans, even if it's getting closer, I don't think they still reach below 50% in a lot of these statewide races. It doesn't matter if Democrats get 49.9% of the vote. If Republicans get 50% every single time, that's a guaranteed victory every single time. And this is a problem I think Democrats are going to start running into in a couple of these states. Yes, the margin may get closer, but it doesn't matter if Republicans still win outright majorities every single time. So Mississippi, Tennessee, Florida, the state of Indiana, and I would put West Virginia. I think in a best case scenario, the partisan lean of the state would just be too much for Joe Manchin. Like, a lot of these voters that usually tended to vote for Joe Manchin, they finally flip. And there's a chance he goes third party, which is kind of ironically his best shot of winning. But even then, it's unlikely Joe Manchin would win in any scenario. So yeah, this is the for sure, no matter what you do, safe map. Oh, I forgot about Maine. Whoops. Haha. You almost got me there. Anyways, so this is the, I guess you could say, 10 states that we can discuss. And let's work our way from the likely states, in my opinion, to the safe states, or New Mexico. So 9. So these are the 9 states that they're not necessarily safe, but they're not, yeah, you get the point. They're not safe states for sure. So let's work our way from Nevada, work our way to New Jersey. So Nevada, in a best case scenario, you run somebody like Laxalt. I mean, guys, he's our best candidate we got. And Democrats have a weaker candidate there. Jackie Rosen is not as strong as Cortez Masto. She just isn't. She doesn't have the name prowess as Jackie Rosen. Plus, Laxalt, we can make the argument that if there were things that didn't happen, he would have won. Not alleging anything, just they played the game in Nevada. That's how they won. And with the Republican Party finally starting to adapt, I think in a state like Nevada, you could pull it off. You could absolutely pull it off in the state of Nevada. Arizona. Now, this is a hot take, right? But in a best case scenario, this means Sinema runs third party, which is likely. Gallego runs the Democrat nominee, which that's, I think, absurd at this point. And a Republican like Masters runs. In this scenario, it's very likely that Republicans would win. It would be closer between the Republican and Democrat, but the issue the Democrats would have is it's similar to what happened in Oregon for the governorship. A lot of these voters that they're going to obviously vote Democrat, they're independent-leaning Democrats. There's no way they would ever vote for somebody like Blake Masters, but they wouldn't vote for somebody like Gallego. They would vote in somebody like Sinema. That's a problem that I think Democrats are going to run into in Arizona. It's going to be a close race. Don't get me wrong. It will be close. But in a best-case scenario, you got a three-way split in the vote. Sinema takes a lot more votes away from these McCain Republicans that have voted Democrat since 2016 than she does from the core Republican base. That's just a fact. And she's going to win a lot of these independent voters. They call themselves independents in the state of Arizona. But in reality, they voted Democrat like past 10 years. But they're a bit more moderate than the progressive Bernie bro like Gallego. Again, it would be a close race. But the only reason I have it as likely, which you could make the argument lean, we'll just make it lean for now, is the fact that you have a three-way split in the vote. Montana, likely. I don't gotta say much. The only reasons would be closer if Tester runs. And there's a chance he doesn't. I mean, best case scenario for Tester, he gets close, but there's no realistic path for him to win in a presidential election, even a best case scenario for Democrats. I just don't really see him holding on. Again, is it a possibility? Yes, it's not 100% Republicans win this seat, but it's very likely. I just find it uncertain that Jon Tester would win in the state of Montana. So likely Republican. Now we get to the Rust Belt and some of the other key states. Wisconsin, my beautiful state of Wisconsin. I think would actually, in a best case scenario, lean for now. And this just comes down to who Republicans run. I'm hoping Tiffany. I mean, his messaging the past year or so has been phenomenal. And if Tiffany decides to run, I think he has like a 70% chance of winning. Again, there's a shot it's likely. In a best case scenario, there's a shot that it's even a likely margin. Just Baldwin is an overrated candidate. She won out the back of Obama in 2012, and she did great in 2018 because of a poor candidate and the fact that it was a blue wave. So there's that in Wisconsin. Michigan and Pennsylvania, I don't think I'm going to say much there. Biggest reason being as well, the candidates Democrats have there, they're so strong, the Republicans. I mean, Doug Mastriano may run for the Senate seat of Pennsylvania. Oh, God. I hope that doesn't happen, but it is a possibility. I just don't see any path to win either of these states. I would be surprised. I mean, Michigan, we just don't got a bench. Pennsylvania, you're running against Bob Casey. I mean, that's a problem the Republicans have in those two states. The state of Ohio, I think likely. I think Brown is just done. At this point, it's very close to 90% in a best-case scenario. I really do not see him pulling it off at the end of the day. But who knows? Could he? Yes. Likely? No. It's very unlikely. You're a borderline, only like a 11% chance of it happening. Now we got Virginia. And the reason that I have Virginia on this, talk about states is the Youngkin factor. If Youngkin or Hunkow runs for that Senate seat, this is my take. I know a lot of people are going to say, I think it's going to be lean Democrat. For now, all right? Actually, best case scenario, it would probably be a battleground. Look, I understand that governor elections and stuff like that, they don't tend to translate. It doesn't immediately translate to a Senate race. But Youngkin has built some kind of name brand in the state of Virginia. I mean, a lot of his candidates did solid in Virginia this cycle. Now, there was one that underperformed, but the other ones that he campaigned for, they did pretty good. And I think Virginia, in a best case scenario, it would probably be slightly Democrat leaning. But to say that Youngkin or Hunkow has a 0% chance in Virginia, it's like, no. Now we got New Jersey, the final state. I'm not saying because, Oz will run here. I don't think that's going to happen. You just have one of the weakest Democrat incumbents in New Jersey in Bob Menendez. That's the only reason I think this race, in a best-case scenario, there could be a possibility Republicans run. If you get a good candidate, you have a chance. But it's kind of like Ohio, just in the reverse. It's like, you're pushing it. All right? I don't think that's going to happen, but I wouldn't be shocked in a best-case scenario for Republicans. They come very close in New Jersey. But again, probability, very unlikely. And this, folks, is the current best-case scenario for Republicans in 2024 Senate map. There are a lot of pickup opportunities for Republicans. And again, this is a best-case scenario as of now. And things could change. Nevada, Wisconsin, Arizona, obviously. But a state like Virginia may become more Republican. New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Michigan, maybe. There are pathways for Republicans to get a majority. There's a lot of pathways. And this is a best-case scenario. Every single thing goes right for Republicans. Anyways, folks, thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, smash the like button down below. Subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the Twitter account in the description down below, and join the channel today. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys in the next video. Godspeed to all of you.